Welcome back once again, everyone, to another video. Let's talk, again, as usual, Nintendo stuff. And let's talk about a subject everyone knows I'm not a very big fan of. The mobile game market. The mobile strategy for Nintendo is what they're talking about here, mainly going to be free to play for their games. So, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata has outlined the company's strategy when it comes to the mobile titles they will be releasing later this year. The actual code is rather big, so blah 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 blah. I'll just read it right here. They're not ruling out paid apps, but they sound vastly more interested in free-to-play apps, which they prefer to call free-to-start, because paid apps don't do very well on mobile and sell for a very small price. Their monetization strategy for free-to-play, or free-to-start, because remember Iwata was saying before, free-to-start is more accurate because you can get the game for free, but then you can pay for every little thing inside, which is like a microtransaction, which is something or stuff you don't want. But anyway, their monetization strategy for free-to-play games appear to be aiming for a high monetization rate, as in the percentage of people spending money, but getting less per individual user. This is a more common strategy you see on PC with games like Hearthstone, which I'm somewhat aware of that game, where the goal is to get 10% plus of your audience to buy an expansion for $25 every 4 to 6 months, instead of 0.5% of your audience to spend $800 a month. Which, sounds all, legit, but never really works out that way. I use Hearthstone as an example since it's also successful on mobile. MOBAs are another example of how things are, or this is done in a different genre. Like most successful mobile games, like what, Angry Birds, Nintendo's games will be continually updated services that get new content every so often. Hooray. And here's an issue I just thought of with mobile. Like, the thing with the mobile market compared to, say, the console market, you get a console, it's good for, 5, 6, maybe even 8 years, if it's like PS3, 360, Xbox One, PS4 probably. Mobile, and like developers who do these mobile games or apps, they're trying to push the boundaries and everything, and these games burn out your fucking phone. But the thing about phones is every goddamn year there's a new model. Every goddamn year you buy a new fucking phone. Not me, my fucking cell phone's still 3 years old and it's putting along and I need to get a new one. So my point is, with these games being continuously updated, you're going to have to still worry about getting a new phone later down the line. A year after these Nintendo games come out and they're updated to the point where your phone can't even run them, and then you're going to have to spend, what, a few $100s to get a new phone? Like, I just don't see how people can think that's going to be a big success. Anyway, that was off topic there. Where were we here? We use the term free to start as this term more aptly describes that at the beginning, you can start to play for free, and the fact of the matter is, game software with a one-time payment system has not been doing a great job on smart devices. Yeah, because the whole fucking premise of mobile market is microtransactions. Because people are like, I want to pay, sure, I'll pay you $2 to have this, and then I can beat everyone online, and it's broken gameplay and everything. Because there are so many competitors making smart device applications. That's true, the market is being flooded. There is fierce competition and the pressure to lower prices. As a result of this competition to discount products, smart device game applications are being sold at far lower prices than the ones for dedicated video game systems. No shit, because if you honestly think that they could get away selling Angry Birds, for example, on smartphones for $60 to $70, you would never get a sale in your fucking life. I think some of you would have been or seen such campaigns as 90% discounts for smart device applications in the shops on your smart devices. Not me, because I don't fucking play mobile shit. Literally, Plants vs Zombies 2 was the only thing I ever downloaded as a game from the marketplace. Not the marketplace. What do you call it? The App Store. Let's see here. Because it is a digital product, it does not require transportation fees nor other constant expenses necessary for packaged software, and some may think think it is good if it sells, even at a low price. Well, let's stop right there. Remember when Nintendo, I forget if it was Iwata, who was saying the reason that digital games on the eShop aren't any cheaper is because you want to keep your value known. You want people to know that this game is good. That if you say, oh, have Smash Bros. Wii U on the eShop for $40, then people are going to think, oh, it's not as good as a $60 game. And yet you're saying right here that you're going to keep these games low. For where was it? You know, like digital games or digital products do not require transportation fees. Neither does eShop games. You're not transporting those to people. So you're kind of flip-flopping back and forth once again, Nintendo. And I know it's a different market and it's different, you know, it's an app, it's not really a game. But the point is still ridiculous. And you can't even get physical copies of phone games anyway. That would be absolutely atrocious. So, whatever. Let's see here. But once the value of a software title decreases, it can never be increased again. Yeah, tell that to fucking GameStop with their. We'll give you $3 for your used game, and then we'll sell it for $55. Not to mention Xenoblade Chronicles when that came to the States, and that was like $90 they were charging, and Metroid Prime Trilogy for like 120 or 150 or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, so you're not quite accurate there once again, Nintendo. Where were we here? Since Nintendo wants to cherish the value of software, there will be a limit to how low of a price we might want to attach to our game applications for smart devices. The price of our game applications on smart devices will be compared with the prices of other smart device game applications. We believe we should not limit our payment system only to one-time payments, even though this is not something that we can announce as a general principle because different payment systems suit different kinds of software. That's just a way of trying to get people to acknowledge your microtransactions. Saying, oh, well, it's not microtransactions quite per se. You know, it's a little different. You know, oh, it's done like this over here, but we do it this way. And you're just trying to butter it up and make it seem like it's better, but it's still fucking microtransactions. Regarding your question about the target audience, we are trying to make applications that appeal to a wide variety of people so that the games can receive payments widely but shallowly from each consumer. So basically, they want, you know, everyone to only spend, you know, at most say $5, but they want everyone to spend $5. Basically, that's what their goal is. Will this take off? I don't fucking think so. Not with stupid Pokemon Shuffle. Is that what it's called? Being on iOS now or Android 2 or whatever, smartphones anyway. So, yeah. In other words, even if a consumer makes a relatively small payment, let's say, you know, $2 to $5, because of the large consumer base, the game can generate big revenue. This is the business model we would like to realize. You know, tell that to Capcom, who spent all their Monster Hunter 4 profits, not Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4 Original, on making a studio and making smartphone games, and it blew up on their fucking face. But anyway, where were we here? This is the business model we would like to realize. I think the shareholder has just asked these questions partially because he is concerned that Nintendo might shift to the notorious business model that asks a small number of people to pay excessive amounts of money, and that Nintendo's brand image might be hurt. Please understand that. Shut up with that fucking. Please understand shit. That Nintendo will make its proposals by taking into consideration what Nintendo really should do with this new challenge. On a different note, we are not planning to release many game applications from this year, when our first smart device application will be released, to the next. The reason for this is that software for dedicated game systems is considered a product that tends to produce the strongest and most fresh impact on the world at the time of its release into the market. But its impact can be lost gradually as time goes by. Tell that to Ocarina of Time. With that analogy, smart device applications have a strong aspect of service. Even though the initial number of players tends to be small, those who have played invite others to play too, and as the total number of players gradually increases, so does the revenue. Yeah, it's called milking people. This, however, means that the release of the game does not mark the end of its development. If the game cannot offer services that evolve even on a daily basis, it cannot entertain consumers over the long term. Let me correct you, or not correct you, but let me clarify something, Nintendo. When you're talking about mobile things and entertaining them, what you don't realize is these people play for 5 minutes or so. They only want to be entertained while they're sitting waiting for, you know, a bus or a plane to take off or something like that. No one sits down for hours at a time playing these things on their phone. So we would like to spend sufficient time on the service aspect of each title, and we would like to grow each one of our smaller number of game applications with the objectives that I just mentioned. So basically, you're going to say you want to do, constant updates or microtransactions. Not necessarily they're not specifying microtransactions, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to say, we want, it's like, every, week or every month, this new thing's out. As an update, you can pay for it. You can pay, it's just $1.99, and they want people to think, oh, that's nothing. That's just $1.99. It's not a big issue. But what's going to happen is everyone who does that is going to generate them. It's a whole bunch of little people pooling their money into a big pool for Nintendo. Really, that's exactly what it is. So, and then there's another issue with all these, talking about the flooding of the market, of mobile market. Here's an issue I never really understood. Well, I mean, I understand it, but I mean, like, it doesn't affect me because I don't participate in the mobile market. But with playing games on your phone, you're only going to have a certain amount of space. With all of these Nintendo titles coming to mobile, and you're going to continuously upgrade them and update them, people's phones are going to get filled up so fast, and they're going to have to delete the game, or get a bigger memory card, and all these other little prices, and people are not going to pay attention and realize that instead of like a console, you buy the console down pay. It's like, paying a house. Boom, done. You have it. You're good to go for a number of years. With a phone, like I said before, with all this, you're going to be paying a little bit here, a little bit over there. Oh, you owe this guy over here a little bit of money, a little bit of debt over here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And you're going to end up losing track of where the fuck you're spending money on. So, I don't know. As always, I still do not support the mobile market. I never will. I don't even care if there's a Star Fox or a Zelda thing on mobile. I won't get it. In fact, I would do a rant video about that, to be brutally honest. Because it would just fucking ruin the quality of those two franchises. But, anyway, I guess that'll do it for now. I'm Original Bloodice, as always. We'll see you in the next video, as always.